Welcome to the CyberArk Privilege Cloud ISPSS installation guide. In this video, we will guide you through the step-by-step process to install and deploy the Privilege Cloud connectors efficiently using connector management, helping you securely connect your on-premises environment with CyberArk's cloud services. Let's begin by preparing your environment. First, review both connector management and Privilege Cloud requirements. Verify your machine specifications align with CyberArk's guidelines, ensuring your operating system is supported, your drives have sufficient space, and all necessary privileges are provisioned for required users. Also, double-check your network settings and security policies, including SSL TLS inspection bypass for AWS IoT Broker where needed. For Privilege Cloud, confirm all network and machine requirements, including outgoing network and port access, operating system compatibility, RDS licensing, and hardware specifications for each server or virtual machine. Please note that separate specifications and considerations apply for virtual machines and cloud platforms. This ensures optimal performance and compatibility according to the unique demands of those environments. For detailed prerequisites, always refer to CyberArk's official documentation. Now, let's assess your Privilege Cloud configuration. In the user portal, open administration, expand my environment, and enter connector management. Select a defined connector and click Add New Component. If you haven't defined any connectors, skip this part for now. You'll return after deploying your first connector management agent on your connector server. When adding new components, review the available options. If the CPM option is absent, your system is set for SRS and PSM. For modern service deployments, the connector management agent covers secrets, rotation, and discovery. No separate installation required. Just install the PSM component and skip the CPM-related setup. For on-premises deployments, needing both CPM and PSM, install both components. To ensure secure and uninterrupted communication between your on-premises components and the Privilege Cloud backend, it is essential to configure an IP allow list within the Privilege Cloud environment. This allow list must include the public, routable IP addresses of your on-premises connector servers. Make sure these IP addresses are not from any reserved or private IP ranges, as those won't be recognized for secure connection purposes. To configure the IP allow list, navigate to the Privilege Cloud portal and select Administration, then go to Advanced Settings. In the Advanced Settings section, you'll find the IP allow list. Here, add each IP address or range by entering it with a CIDR suffix, such as 13.5.19.98/32. After entering each IP address, click the Add to List button to confirm your addition. If you need to remove an IP address, simply hover over it in the list and click the Remove icon. To keep an IP address you've added, click the Refresh icon. Once you've finished adding all necessary IP addresses, be sure to click the Save button to apply your changes. Please note, saving the configuration can take up to 10 minutes. You can continue other work while the system processes the update, then return to verify the changes. To add more IP addresses later, just repeat the process. Enter the new address, click Add to List, and remember to hit Save. If you later enable secure zones for enhanced network access control, make sure to add your allow list IP addresses to the secure zones configuration. For detailed guidance, refer to the Control Access using Secure Zones section in the CyberArk documentation. By properly configuring your IP allow list, you help ensure secure, authorized communication between your infrastructure and the CyberArk cloud services. For comprehensive details on configuring IP allow lists, please consult CyberArk's official documentation. Additionally, during installation and configuration, you will need administrative credentials that have sufficient privileges to carry out the necessary tasks. These include admin credentials within Privilege Cloud, where the user must be assigned roles such as system administrator or connector management admin. You will also need the installer account password. The installer is a built-in identity administration user dedicated specifically for installation tasks. Remember, installer passwords expire every 24 hours and must be reset as needed using only alphanumeric characters, without any special symbols. Finally, you require a domain or local admin account on your connector host, with full local administrative rights to install and manage the necessary services and software. Ensure this account is assigned to either the system administrator or connector management admin role in identity administration, as members of the system administrator role automatically receive permissions for the connector management admin role. Having these credentials with the correct permissions ensures a smooth installation process and helps maintain the security and manageability of your CyberArk environment. Before deploying additional connectors, note that concurrent installations aren't supported. Each must be completed before starting the next. For strong security and compliance, review CyberArk documentation before beginning deployment. Next, machine preparation. Download the latest Privilege Cloud software from the CyberArk Marketplace. Go to the CyberArk Marketplace and download the latest Privilege Cloud version software package. By default, Secure Tunnel Client and Relevant Group Policy Objects, or GPOs, are selected. If you're deploying PSM for SSH component, be sure to download the PSM for SSH component file relevant to your platform. Depending on your configuration, download the correct package. For SRS and PSM, choose the Privilege Cloud Connector GPO for SRS PSM. For CPM and PSM, select the Unified Hardening GPO package. Copy the Unified GPO hardening packages to your domain server and extract them. For SRS and PSM, use the SRS PSM GPO package. For CPM and PSM installations, use the CPM PSM package. For PSM-only installations, navigate on your connector server to Program Files, CyberArk, Management Agent, Workspace, locate the PSM installation folder, and extract the CyberArk Hardening in-domain PSM zip file. Download the Connector Management Prerequisites check script, which is included in the Privilege Cloud Tools package. First, obtain the full Privilege Cloud Tools package from CyberArk Integrations and Tools and store it in a dedicated folder for easy access. The Privilege Cloud Tools package contains a comprehensive set of pre- and post-implementation tools essential for deploying CyberArk Privilege Cloud Connector components successfully. Within the Privilege Cloud Tools package, extract the Connector Check Prerequisites, Privilege Cloud Script package. Inside, you will find important files such as the README document, the Prerequisites check script, and the Vault Operations Tester folder. Before proceeding with any connector installation, it is important to disable any antivirus agents installed on your connector server. This precaution applies to built-in Microsoft antivirus agents, third-party antivirus solutions, and any third-party monitoring agents that could interfere with the installation process. Disabling these agents helps to avoid conflicts and ensures a smooth, uninterrupted setup of your CyberArk environment. By following these steps, you'll lay a strong foundation for secure and reliable Privilege Cloud Connector deployment. Please refer to CyberArk's official documentation for more information. Before installing Privilege Cloud, it's crucial to make sure your environment meets all the necessary prerequisites. These checks apply to your general system setup, connectivity for PSM and CPM modules, SIA connector, and secure tunnel requirements. To streamline this process, use the provided Prerequisites check script. This script doesn't just flag issues, it also proactively installs essential services like Remote Desktop Service and the Remote Desktop Connection Broker. The Prerequisites script for Privilege Cloud can be run in 4 distinct ways depending on your specific use case. First, there's the in-domain deployment option. This method is ideal when your connector server is part of the same Active Directory domain as your target resources. It ensures seamless integration and credential validation within your domain. Next, you can choose out-of-domain setup. Select this approach when your connector needs to operate outside of the main Active Directory domain. It's useful for environments with isolated resources or separate network segments. The third option is CPM connection testing. Use this mode to specifically verify connectivity and credentials between the central policy manager and your privileged accounts. It helps validate that secure password management workflows will function as intended. Lastly, there's the troubleshooting scenario. Run the script in troubleshooting mode when you encounter configuration issues or failures during setup. This targeted test will pinpoint problems and guide you through corrective actions. Select the method that best matches your infrastructure and deployment goals, ensuring your environment is fully prepared for Privileged Cloud installation. No matter which method you select, all checks within the prerequisite script must pass before you proceed. This ensures a smooth and successful installation, laying a solid foundation for your Privileged Cloud deployment. Take the time to verify every requirement up front, and you'll avoid common issues as you move forward. In this video, we will run the prerequisite script using the in-domain deployment option. First, open PowerShell as an administrator on your connector server. Navigate to the directory where you've stored the prerequisite script and run the command for in-domain deployment. When prompted, enter your Privileged Cloud portal URL to proceed. A window will pop up here. Select the components you plan to install on this server. If you are installing PSM on the server, you'll be prompted with an option to deploy Remote Desktop Services, or RDS. Select Yes if you'd like to deploy RDS now, or No if you prefer to deploy it later. Please note, RDS is required for privileged session management, so it must be installed before proceeding with PSM. During the RDS deployment step, you may see a prompt to press Enter to restart the server. Once the server restarts, log in again using the same user account from when you started running the prerequisite script. The script will automatically continue from where it left off. Wait a few minutes while RDS is fully deployed. Afterwards, the script will automatically launch the full prerequisites check for your system. Once the prerequisites check is complete, you'll be prompted to run a CPM install connection test. Choose Yes if you are planning to install CPM on the server, and enter your installer user credentials when prompted. Click OK and wait for the connection test to finish. At the end, you'll see the test results along with a text document summarizing the network requirements for your environment. Be sure to save this document and verify that all listed addresses are properly whitelisted in your environment. This will help you avoid connectivity errors. If all the prerequisites checks and the connection test pass, your server is ready to proceed with deploying the Privileged Cloud connectors and agents. Remember, all checks in the prerequisite script must pass before you move forward. Now, let's move on to installation. In Connector Management, click Add a Connector. Define your installation details, including folder locations defaulting to C, program files, or a custom English name path. Assign your connector to a pool in the Advanced Settings section. Pool assignment enables high availability for supported components. For most installations, simply retain the default pool assignment. If your connector host is behind a proxy, configure proxy settings when necessary. For environments with proxies, note that CPM and PSM components can't be installed directly via connector management. They'll need CyberArk support assistance for initial deployment. Once details are confirmed, copy and run the installation script in a local admin PowerShell session. Keep in mind, the script is valid for 5 minutes. Renew it if necessary. Select your newly added connector and verify that the management agent is installed successfully. Next, Install PSM and, if needed, CPM components. Add the required components. Fill in details like production mode, installer user credentials, Vault FQDN, CPM options, and PSM local user specifics. The Vault FQDN is typically pre-filled. It is recommended to verify that the FQDN is accurate. Once ready, click Install. Restart the connector host when prompted and verify status in Connector Management. Following component installation, apply GPO hardening according to CIS guidelines and CyberArk recommendations. For in-domain deployments, use the GPO file and link it to a dedicated OU for your connector servers. Restart the connector host or run a forced group policy update to ensure hardening policies apply. With your connector fully installed, configure password rotation plugins for CPM or secrets rotation and set up PSM connectors to allow secure user sessions. Customize these plugins and connectors as needed for your target systems and organizational domains. For verification and high availability, it's essential to actively monitor your Privilege Cloud connector's status and logs within the Connector Management portal. Regularly check the status column to confirm that all connectors and their components, such as CPM and PSM, are operational and reporting as healthy. Review event and error logs promptly to identify and resolve any failed installations or connectivity issues, ensuring minimal service disruption. Refer to CyberArk's documentation for troubleshooting and advanced configurations. For enhanced redundancy and load balancing, consider deploying multiple connectors across different servers within the same connector pool. This strategy ensures failover capability if one connector goes offline, maintaining uninterrupted privileged access management services. Additionally, place connector servers geographically close to their target resources to reduce latency and improve session responsiveness. Synchronize the system time on all connector hosts with Internet Time servers to avoid issues related to authentication and logging accuracy. Stay informed on new updates and security patches, applying connector upgrades via Connector Management as part of your regular maintenance to keep your infrastructure secure and performant. Implementing these best practices helps optimize your CyberArk Privilege Cloud deployment's reliability, scalability, and security. This concludes our guide on installing and deploying CyberArk Privilege Cloud ISPSS connectors using Connector Management. For more detailed guidance, configuration options, best practices, and troubleshooting support, please refer to CyberArk's official documentation and knowledge base articles. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for future updates.